intensifying military campaign that accompanied the killing of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Sam Mednick has the latest from Beit Shemesh in Israel, where there's been a deadly response.
When this conflict is going to end, if it is, so far it shows no signs of abating. Israel has said that it's launched offensives on central Iran. And meanwhile, in Iran, hundreds of people have also been killed. Israelis that I've spoken to here, some of them say that while they're sad that people have died, they still want this to continue. One woman said, "Way to go, President Trump and Bibi, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu." She said, "Iran needs to be finished. In that way, there will be quiet in the Middle East."
That is Sam Mednick reporting breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Here's yet another example of how companies are embracing technology.
Burger King is testing AI-powered headsets that recite recipes and alert managers when inventories are low. The system collects data on restaurant operations and shares it in a voice that talks to the employees through their headsets. The headsets can also track when employees say words like welcome and thank you. Now, Burger King says it's using it as a coaching tool, not a tracker of individual employees. Jason Walker reporting.
Well, one of the biggest casualties from the war with Iran so far has been airline travel because of all the concerns for safety in that region. Gulf carriers are resuming some flights now, even as U.S.-Israel strikes and Iran's retaliation do continue to escalate in the region. More on these stories at townhall.com.
All right, your radio buddy from the weekend, Sheen Garris, filling in for Kevin Cohen on an open lines Monday. So you get to be part of the problem just like me. 803-799-8255, Groucho's Deli in studio hotline.
Point A to point B traffic now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
Rex tying things up at I-6 West Harveston Boulevard and Dutch Fork at Shady Grove. 2 notch at I-20 and 2 notch at Spring Valley. 77 northbound at Forest Drive and 77 southbound at the Casey exit, slowing things. Mile marker 2. Brown Motor Works Northeast on Clemson Road, specializing in BMW and Mercedes. Schedule an appointment today and take advantage of one of the many free loaner cars. Brown Motor Works Northeast. We check back. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point Weather, brought to you by our friends at Palmetto State Armory.
On 107 The Point.
Here's your Monday evening forecast. Tonight, the clouds remain, but we stay dry, a low of 47. Tuesday morning, we'll continue to see clouds, but your highs will increase to the upper 70s. For the rest of the week, we'll see higher temperatures with the highs in the low 80s, but that also comes with an increasing chance of rain. I'm Cal Moss with your Og Point local weather.
The Bart Fireside Studios, Kevin Cohen.
And in an effort not to besmirch Kevin, I'm Gene Garris, filling in for Kevin, and I'll be here for a couple days. So I'll be here on tomorrow and also on Wednesday. And again, telephone number here is 803-799-8255. That works out to be 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. It is bizarre. Now, people say, well, you sort of knew that we were on a war footing. And it's a dirty thing. When I found out that it was steak and lobster night with cheesecake and ice cream on the carrier, something's up. And that's sort of a weird metric to use, but something's up. And let's be honest, no one, and I say no one, but they're real folks that abhor war, abhor violence, regular folks. And this is a big deal. And I'm sort of interested in how the media is covering the other media. is covering these things. And when they say that, well, how long is this going to last? Is it open? These people, and I'll give the Orange Man, President Trump, lots of leeway and lots of credit for how he has handled other things. But who is running the military industrial complex of the United States of America? And I would argue that it's the professionals, the people that are there between administrations, over many administrations. And I think that we have a war plan for a great many, if not every, eventuality. And we have a menu of things that the chief executive and the secretary of war and other folks that they can draw from and make decisions. But we're already getting some calls. Telephone number here again is 803 799 8255 799 talk on the Groucho's Deli in studio hotline. This next guy or gal is the first, but you can't be the first. This guy is, but you can be next. So give me a shout, and it's open lines. We're going to go right to the phones. Hey, caller, how are you?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's going on in your neck of the woods, David, our social scientist?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if you will.
Are you finding any of those things in modernity?
Yes, I'm finding them. And then there are other things that I'm seeing that I wasn't looking for, but expected.
Well, I think a lot of the biggest the biggest and most important things we learn in our life, sometimes we stumble upon them, and other time it's like a truck unloads on our face.
And the thing that I'm speaking of in particular is this situation with Iran, and not simply Iran. It's global. It seems like it's global. The very president that implied that he would not be a war president or what have you, whatever term he chose to use, it seems as if his actions are contrary to.
Right, and he did the first term. He did a great job of trying to reduce American entanglements and trying to get out of these things. But this, again, the nation state, the former, I guess, Islamic Republic of Iran, their former leader, who is now in the room temperature, tried to assassinate him and had a bounty on the president's head. So that alone, in my brain, authorizes the use of force against a foreign nation state that has decided to kill my president and your president.
Well, the problem that I have with that, Gene, is this is something that may have been announced before. This is something that people may have retained in their memory. Going on that causes me to not believe that.
Well, I have a question
Because,
for you,
you know,
David.
yes, sir.
So, who do you think of in authority or in the media or as a media authority? Who would it take to say, David, this is what I believe the truth is, and this is why? Who would check those boxes for you?
Well, as far as, you're talking about the assassination attempt? Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
and any of the other fog of war, or the first casualty of war is the truth. Any of those things, who would you trust that other folks might know to
I
help you
think
make a decision?
I think that I would believe that if media, if you will, that represents both sides of the aisle.
And what would you other than the nation state Iran future returning to Persia, I suspect in the next little bit. What incursions would you were you offended by the Maduro arrest? Were you what other situations?
That was yes. I was offended by that. I was offended by his toying with toying, be it jokingly or not, with the prospect of Canada becoming our 51st state, and also with his disrespect for the sovereignty of Greenland. And
Well, this is yeah. Trump is a jerk, but frequently jerks, whether it's a football coach or a basketball coach or it's uh, a coworker, frequently they get stuff done. Do you know what's going to happen in October of this year with the Canada question?
I don't think any of us know. What do you
No,
anticipate?
Alberta is holding a vote whether or not to stay with Canada or to leave Canada.
Okay.
So the
And what's that
province
got
of
to do with?
Alberta, which would be the one that we want, because that's where all the money is, that's where all the oil is, and the people, the Albertans, are sort of tired of getting pushed around by the other provinces, and especially the French Canadians, who denigrate them and but also feast off of their table. So
Okay, wouldn't that be a domestic issue?
Oh yeah, for them,
With
it's
yeah.
a domestic issue, but frequently with Trump, you're like, oh wow, he's just really overreaching. Wow, he's doing this, and the truth of the matter is, he frequently recognizes that there's a movement to separate the provinces. It might be neat to have a land bridge to Alaska from the continental United States.
Okay, let's take a look at our own nation, Gene. We have issued entity to intervene
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
because we are what? A sovereign
A nation state. We're a real nation state. And
Okay,
remember, uh, did the president's actions change the prime minister of Canada already? Yeah, Justin Trudeau is out. And one of the devices.
And attribute that to our president.
Absolutely, because people in Canada were like, not only do the Americans not respect us, they don't even think we're a country anymore. They said our prime minister might be better served being the governor of a state of our country, becoming a state of the United States. Our closest ally doesn't even think we're legitimate enough to be a nation state. Hold on, David. Let me take a quick break. Oh, wait. Hold on just a moment. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with you, our friend David. I'm Gene Garris, filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive. Kevin.
Join us weekday mornings at 7:31 a.m. for Straight to the Point with Pastor Steve Williamson. That's Straight to the Point, weekday mornings, 7:31 a.m. here on The Point, 100.7 FM.
Hey, I'm Katie. And I'm Stephanie from Oakleaf Village of Lexington. Every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9, we'll be talking about issues that concern seniors and their families. So join us right here on 100.7 The Point Radio for the positive points on aging. Brought to you by Oakleaf Village of Lexington.
Point A to point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest solar. Search Broker Solar.
Well, still slow at 77 northbound at Forest Drive and 77 southbound at mile marker 2. 2 notch at 20 and 2 notch at Spring Valley, just about cleared. Dutch Fork at Shady Grove, about cleared. One that'll take a little longer. It's on I-26, the westbound side at Harbison Boulevard. Brown Motorworks Northeast on Clemson Road, specializing in BMW and Mercedes. Schedule an appointment today and take advantage of one of the many free loaner cars. It's Brown Motorworks Northeast, 520 Clemson Road. Doug Thomas on the point.
Point A to point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons, on the point.
Are you tired of that dripping faucet driving you crazy? Is your drain doing more of a gurgle than a flow? Don't despair. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning is here to save your day. Serving our community as locally owned plumbing experts, Franklin Plumbing tackles everything from minor leaks to major clogs. And we're talking fast, friendly, reliable service. They respect your home. They respect your wallet. Josh and his team offer upfront pricing, and that's important. This team I'm talking about, they're fully licensed. They're insured technicians. They're ready for any plumbing crisis that you might encounter. Whether it's routine maintenance, a stubborn blockage, or a total plumbing overhaul, they'll get the job done right the first time. They've been out to my home, my brother's home, even his business. I'm comfortable bragging on Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning. Stop letting plumbing problems disrupt your life. Call Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning today and experience the difference that true expertise makes. Visit the website, franklinplumbing.sc.com, or give them a call, 799-2222. That's 799-2222. Franklin Plumbing and Drain Cleaning.
Tired of floors that go squeak, squeak, squeak? Are your carpets more vintage avocado green? That modern chic? Ooh, rough. You really need to call Floor Boys. Floor Boys is ready to rescue your home from the tyranny of terrible flooring. We're talking gleaming hardwood so shiny you could check your reflection, luxury vinyl that laughs at spilled juice, and carpet that feels like walking on a cloud made of cute little kittens. Forget affordable. At Floor Boys, we'll make things affordable. So either shimmy on down to Floor Boys in Lexington to visit our showroom or visit us online, floorboys.com.
Hi, this is Chris Neely, Superintendent of the South Carolina Public Charter School District. I hope you'll join Kevin and me each Tuesday afternoon. We'll bring you Kids First, where we talk about educational issues and what we're doing to teach kids the right way. It's Kids First, Tuesday at 5:30 right here on 100.7 The Point.
Columbia's local talk radio experience continues now from the Bart Fireside Studios.
All right, we're back. Gene Garris here, filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive. Telephone number here is 803, and we're starting to get calls, 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. We're going to go back to our friend David. Thanks for holding on there, David.
Thank you, Jane. And before I forget, would you please allow me the opportunity to do a shout out to one of the regular callers?
Oh, yeah.
I want to thank Tim, if he's listening, and even if he's not listening, for understanding my effort on last Friday. And I did get into an emotional what have you with Kevin. And I said something that was misunderstood. Tim understood my intent.
Okay.
As to what I was saying. I was not saying that Kevin himself caused the Holocaust. I was saying actions and or inactions that he represented led to the Holocaust by not fighting that which was seemingly clear. Initially, it wasn't clear what Hitler was walking or marching toward, but eventually it became clear. And so I thank you, Tim, for being sober-minded and trying to explain what I tried to do. I was in an emotional uproar. And so.
Well, also with emotionally charged things, sometimes the words do not emanate from our brains as we would like. So I get it. And I think we're all friends here, and we talk about crazy stuff and important stuff all the time, and you're sort of a regular, so it's not like you're an unknown quantity rolling in with the wind. So I suspect everything's okay. And
yeah, I hope so, because it was my action or statements were represented as having crossed the line. But it's like, I was pissed, okay? Point, counterpoint, and then the tension builds up. I don't dislike Kevin. I love Kevin. And
well, you should, because he does a great job, and it's his house that we're playing in. And that's the truth. He invites us every day into his house to talk and play. And
I've often said that.
And absolutely. So we all can have disagreements, but of the important things we talk about, there's really never a reason to be nasty.
Well, we can
But
go there.
emotional stuff, big emotional stuff, that there's a toll to it. It's
It's
hard.
like with the those people that they refer to as squad. I don't know them like that. I don't know them like that. But at the same time, it bothers me deeply when they are dehumanized. They are humans.
And so
And so I can,
that's Ilian Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and 2 or 3 other ones. Do you know who
yeah, I
the
can't
other ones are?
remember all of. No, I don't. But I do. But one thing I do know about them is that they're human beings, just like you and I are.
Right. Well, I mean, that's our base level. That's where we all started. That's who we are. We're all human, and then the good and the bad comes after that. So that's the floor, and everything else that we do is a positive or negative from that point.
And I have 2 American flags flying, hanging up in my living room. I still have my uniform hanging up because I appreciate the opportunities that this country has given all of us, and I appreciate the sovereignty that this country benefits from, which is why I often speak of support for the sovereignty of other nations, even though I may not agree with their action or inactions, just
Well-
like I don't always agree with our actions.
Well, also as a member of this nation state, as a participant in the political process, and in your case, someone that's willing to step up to the line and defend the country, you don't want to feel like your country is a bully. You don't want to feel like your country is somehow shaded our great history by doing things that feel inappropriate.
Yeah, it goes beyond feeling, even though feelings is an appropriate. It's a part of what we are as human feelings. I don't view feelings as being demeaning. Emotions, direct us either to fight or flight, and so emotions are not something that we should just discard. We shouldn't have it in the driver's seat, but I say have it in the passenger seat, but with the seatbelt on and ready when needed.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I also get the emotional stuff. I did not get to hear Friday. I am both uh uh somewhat of a we talk I'm on the air and we talk and things. But I'm a consumer too. So if I have the opportunity to listen, I listen. So I hear things and don't hear things, but you know, um I missed that one unfortunately.
Okay, Kevin.
No, don't tar him by calling me in. But yeah, this is a special place, and it has crazy value, and it's exceptional, and we're very lucky to have this resource in our state, and other places do not.
True, true. And I believe in the Point family, even though I might be an outcast, but hey, I'm a family
Well, you need
member.
to start coming to some of our events. You need to come back. You need to show up at dinner.
Well, I was at one. Actually, I was at
No, I was with you. That's where I first met
yeah, I
you.
know. Yeah, I showed up at an event over on Divine Street. I didn't leave. I didn't stay. That was a restaurant that was opening back in the day. I was at work and I paused my work and went down there, and I did meet Kevin. That may have been the first time I met Kevin. I can't remember.
Yeah, so yeah, I look forward for you and Tim and Ed and sort of the exciting figures. The regular folks, the conservatives that agree with me. Those folks are easy. It's y'all are the exciting ones.
Well, the thing is, I may very well be conservative. I don't yield that definition, if you will, to one group.
Okay, well, I'll
Because
ask you some
I don't even
questions, and
think
I'll ask you some questions real quick and figure it out. Do you believe in institutions that exist in the country?
yes, I believe in a lot of the institutions that exist in the country.
Do you agree that we should work to preserve how we do business uh, in the United States for what it is?
I believe that we should because I believe we have been successful. Not just we, the government, but we, the people, have been successful in this capitalist, if you will, uh, effort.
Well, guess what, David?
Even though beneath the surface of that is a monster.
Well, guess what, David? You are conservative because you want to preserve institutions. That's a tenet of conservatism, and you want to preserve the ethos and how we run the country. That's also a tenet of
I
conservatism.
believe in stability. We need
Right.
stability.
Right. Conservatism is about stability. So yeah, you're there. You just have maybe you're the exotic conservative.
Maybe you need to mail me my certificate so I can hang it on the wall.
Get you a T-shirt. Yeah, but so we had to take a break and we interrupted a little bit, and we're gonna have to take another break in just a moment. But tell me what you think about our Iran situation. I'm sorry. We'll hold you over, and then we'll let you wrap up, and then we'll jump to our other folks that are online. You can be part of the problem just like me. 803-799-8255, 799-TALK on the Groucho's Deli in-studio hotline. We'll be back in just a moment with our friend David, and we'll go through the list, and you could be next.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Defense Secretary Hegseth is speaking to widening concerns that the U.S. and Israeli strikes against Iran could escalate into a protracted regional conflict. He responds by saying, quote, "This is not Iraq. This is not endless." Meanwhile, international correspondent John Gamble reports that the U.S. military has confirmed Kuwait mistakenly shot down 3 American F-15E Strike Eagles. It happened during a combat mission as Iran was attacking the country. Authorities say a gunman wearing clothes with an Iranian flag design and the words "property of Allah" killed 2 people and wounded 14 at a Texas bar over the weekend. Authorities say they are looking at terrorism as a possible motive in the early morning deadly multiple shooting. On Wall Street at the close, the Dow was off 73 points, the Nasdaq up by 80. This is SRN News.
Are you tired of that sinking feeling when the electric bill arrives? Does the phrase peak hours trigger anxiety and a headache? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue of watching your hard-earned money evaporate right into the power grid? You may be suffering from utility pain and anxiety disorder, or UPAD. Symptoms include sweating when running the AC, a fear of turning on lights, and a general feeling of powerlessness over your energy costs.
It's time for you to try Solaris from Ken at Broker Solar. Broker Solar isn't a temporary fix, but a lasting solution with cutting-edge solar technology designed to address high energy bills at their source. Many clients have experienced immediate relief from high monthly payments with reports of increased home value and greater financial freedom. Imagine a brighter future for your home and your wallet. Side effects include the freedom to use your appliances when you want and a powerful sense of energy independence. Broker Solar. A brighter outlook for your home and wallet. Call us now, 803-807-7417. That's 807-7417 or online at brokersolar.com.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
New route, South Lake at 2 Notch. Collisions. 26 West Harbison Boulevard, 77 southbound Forest Drive, 2 Notch at 20, and 2 Notch at Spring Valley. 321 at Fish Hatchery also out. Crescent Construction, official roof of the Gamecocks. Commercial and general construction. Crescent Construction. For a free quote, call 803-781-1900 or crescentcarolina.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point Weather, brought to you by our friends at Palmetto State Armory.
On 107 The Point.
Here's your Monday evening forecast. Tonight, the clouds remain, but we stay dry, a low of 47. Tuesday morning, we'll continue to see clouds, but your highs will increase to the upper 70s. For the rest of the week, we'll see higher temperatures with the highs in the low 80s, but that also comes with an increasing chance of rain. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
Hey, it's Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive. And we're coming back to our friend David, and we're going to let David finish up, and then we'll jump to our other callers in just a moment. So ideally, if this thing ends in 3 weeks, would you be satisfied if casualties don't jump up and the stated mission goals are met?
Well, I would certainly be happy if casualties don't increase. I regret the casualties that are already taking place. I don't think that this is going to end in 3 weeks.
Okay.
I believe it was a serious mistake, and I believe that was perpetrated by Benjamin Netanyahu, who has been known to have said that he can lead us, the United States, by the nose.
Well,
He's proving it time and time again.
For at least the last 30 years, the bomb threat of Iran has been, oh, they're 3 months away, they're 6 months away. They've,
Precisely.
So taking advice from, and again, I get it. If the nation state of Israel is to survive, they can't afford a mistake, and if they can get the United States to do the heavy lifting on a lot of these things, then that's what they'll desire to do. So I get it. I get it. I wish this was not a joint operation. I wish it was all the United States. But now the operational success has been so successful that our British friends, the United Kingdom, and the former great nation state of France and Germany have all sort of said, we can help. We're willing to help. We want to be part of the thing. We want to do that.
So we can disregard the casualties that are already happening.
Oh
and the
God,
ones
no!
that may
Oh God,
happen.
no! There's a poem, and I read it in like Field Stream magazine from the '80s, and it was I think part of a Winchester ad, and the poignant line for me as a little kid reading that was the line was, all the pheasants ever bred are not worth the cost of one man dead. And when you extrapolate that into international adventures and war and conflict and stuff, it's different. It's really, what are you willing to trade? What are your obligations as a nation state? Um, and somebody is going to be delivering telegrams to the families of Americans that are dead, and their bodies have yet to be returned to their families. This is a big thing, and you and I, and people in the sound of our voice can beat our chest and rah rah rally around the flag, but there are consequences. And I'll give you an example. So before D-Day, future President Eisenhower, supreme Allied commander of all the Allied forces in the Second World War, went to the fields where the men were assembled to be carried into France. And it was not a noble thing that he was doing, because he thought he might have been sending as many as 60% of them to their deaths. But he wanted to make sure that he, as a man, had looked them in the face so that he would know what he was doing. So it's a big thing.
Appreciate that.
It's a big thing. It's always been a big thing. I think the current chief executive gets it. We can be playful with Orange Man Rad, but I think the current chief executive gets it, because he does make the calls. But thanks a lot, David. I need to start moving along.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, very good. And we're going to jump right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you?
You guys don't have no sound. Can you hear me okay?
Hey, yeah, it sounds you great. Actually, better than normal. This is our friend Tim, the leader of democracy. More flavor here on The Point. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Not much. And regarding David, no problem, David.
Yeah, that was quite the compliment, Tim. That was y'all need to have lunch.
Yeah, maybe some time in the future. I appreciate David and I are veterans. We're veterans, and David, like me, sees the country being taken over by a bunch of jokers. Like for example, like Pam Bondi, Christian Nome, and Tulsi Gabbard. So like
now you're not just picking on our girls, are you?
No, but it's like the Penguin and Joker and Riddler all in Gotham City, man.
Well, I love Tulsi Gabbard. I love her mom has been in my office campaigning for her. And the one time in modernity that I crossed over in the Democrat party elections, and I voted for Tulsi Gabbard because she was the only one. She was the only one who was running at that point that was not insane on the Democrat side.
Well, at one time I did I was kind of favor her at one time, but apparently she bought into the swindler in chief, the master con man, the grand illusionist, and
I think you give Biden too much credit. No, she's a military person too, and one of the things that I think has colored her understanding was she's the one that received the casualty reports when she was serving in the sandbox. And I think that should change you. A lot of us are walking around in a dreamland, but reading the names of the people we lost to do something that has little to no value to the American people, that will get you.
What I can't understand is that right before your very eyes, the Orange Man told you guys, no more regime change, no more forever wars.
Right. Now, at what point, how about it? At what point does the Venezuela operation, does the Iranian operation, at what point will you consider that a forever war?
Okay.
Do we get a month? Do we get a month to get this wrapped up? And if it gets wrapped up in a month, it's not a forever war? Do we get 6 weeks? How much do we get?
Okay, 2 months. Okay, 2 months. 2 months is the thing like in the bag. And then 2 months is just rack all over again, man.
All right, so you're willing to reserve judgment for 2 months, another 7.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
That's a good metric. So let's give the current leadership team another 7.5 weeks, and if they produce, rah America. Yeah. If they don't produce, we got to do something different.
Well, I tell you what, because if any country can hold out that long, get the superpower, and that's nothing to worry about. Okay, single-handedly, any country that can hold out, get superpower single-handedly for that long, we're in trouble. And the signs that we're in trouble already, man. I can't believe you guys can see the vibes. This thing has rack vibes all over it, man. I mean,
yeah, but see, I can't. I need tangibles. I can't do the Iraq vibes. And another thing, by the Kuwaitis, Kuwaitis.
Lightning will strike twice.
No, we just heard the news. It was all done by the Kuwaitis. They thought there were big military operations going on. So I guess transponders don't work in Kuwait.
Lightning doesn't strike twice, and definitely don't strike 3 times in one spot.
There's one guy that's been struck by lightning like 5 times. Just one guy.
Trust me.
So that does happen.
Okay, trust me. Iran shot those out of the sky. Yeah, the lightning rod. But yeah, Iran shot those out of the sky, and also there's credible reports that the terrorists can hit too. But you don't hear them.
Yeah, actually, this is sort of thing on one of my more exotic news. One of my more exotic news sites. I've read that 460 Americans might have been killed on the Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly.
Does that sound familiar?
Exactly, 200 plus. Exactly, and 500. I heard numbers of 500. And I believe it. No, sorry, I believe it.
Okay. Well, how about this? We have to go with the thing. The first consequence of the casualty of war is the truth. So we still don't know who killed JFK. We still don't know a lot of stuff. We still don't know. I'm still. I'm 50. Gosh, I'll be 55 this year. I've seen movies. I've read books. When we were going to get the JFK information, I was excited. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and close it up in my brain and finally feel like I know the truth. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but this probably can be traced back to Mossad or Israel. I hate to say it, man, but Israel involved a lot of crap with the planet, man. I'm gonna be honest, but I mean, people try to pull an anti-Semitic card, but I'm just calling it like it is. Israel Netanyahu trick dum the orange man, and the fool took the bait, man. Now I'm got to another Iraq right there right now. This is really serious. Iran ain't no joke. Iran to fight for a long time because they have a cause to fight for.
Well, how about this? Let's guarantee.
Iran's a brutal fight for 8 years straight, man.
Mhm.
Iraq. You know what I'm saying? Very brutal.
Yeah, but
war,
we're a little bit different
now-
than Saddam. But the deal here is we need to make sure.
Iran is 3 times. Iran. Hold take something. Iran is 3 times bigger than Iraq, and we were in Iraq for 20 years with allies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we know what our NATO coalition of the willing is worth absent the United States, which is zip. But we need as a community, I'm sharing this with you, we need as a country not to demonize our Islamic friends. This is not a holy war. This is a war about nation states. This is a war about bad ideas and violence. This is a war about terrorism, and we can do better. Tim, I'm going to let you go, and then we're going to take a quick break and be right back and get our next caller on the air in just a few moments.
Every Friday morning at 9 a.m. on The Point, join me, Chad Jordan, and my co-host Larry Jordan for the Palmetto Real Estate Pros. We'll help you out whether you're looking to buy, sell, or just learn all things real estate every Friday right here at 100.7 The Point.
Hey, I'm Katie. And I'm Stephanie from Oakleaf Village of Lexington. Every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9, we'll be talking about issues that concern seniors and their families. So join us right here on 100.7 The Point Radio for the positive points on aging. Brought to you by Oakleaf Village of Lexington.
Point A to point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Search Broker Solar.
Exit South Lake at 2 Notch Road and Old Barnwood Garden Pond, and also collisions at 26 West at Harbison Boulevard, 77 North and South at Forest Drive, out 2 Notch at Spring Valley, 2 Notch at Forest Drive, and 321 at Pitchery Road. Collisions slowing things. Natural Roots Eco-Friendly Pest Control and Wildlife Removal is committed to providing humane wildlife control, removal, and prevention. Natural Roots methods are non-toxic, eco-friendly, and safe for children and pets. NaturalRootsPestControl.com. Doug Thomas on The Point.
Point A to point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons on The Point.
Discover the seamless blend of comfort and style with Lexington Discount Homes. With over 30 years of excellence in the housing industry, our focus is on delivering your dream home with unparalleled customer service. Explore a variety of designs tailored to meet any preference and budget. Drop by our showroom at 1847 Augusta Highway to witness the craftsmanship of a Lexington home firsthand, or explore online through a comprehensive virtual tour at LexingtonDiscountHomes.com. Choose comfort, choose style, choose Lexington Discount Homes.
Craving a little Louisiana in the heart of South Carolina?
Louisiana Purchase in Irmo is where Cajun and Creole flavors bring the bayou to your table.
From bold Southern classics to authentic Cajun favorites, we're serving up comfort food with a kick.
We offer catering, including charcuterie for office parties, cozy gatherings, or big celebrations.
Right next door is Cypress Market, your new favorite stop for gourmet meats and cheeses, a to-go cooler, and a collection of Southern gifts you won't find anywhere else.
Louisiana Purchase and Cypress Market. Good food, good company, and a whole lot of Southern comfort.
Visit LouisianaPurchase.com.
Have you had a broken windshield complement to those South Carolina roads? The insurance company might try to steer you one way to the big national guide, but remember, it's your choice. Go local. Call Absolute Glass.
We can repair your car back to factory specifications, including recalibrating all of your safety systems. We do great work and have been building long-lasting relationships for over 20 years.
That's why we've been voted Best Glass Company in Lexington for 15 straight years. Visit us online at AbsoluteGlassInc.com or call us at 951-7200. And remember, if you can see through it, we can do it.
When your temperatures swing, your comfort shouldn't. At Sweet Comfort Services, we make sure your system's ready for anything. Get our $99 preventative maintenance, a full inspection and tune-up that keeps your equipment efficient, reliable, and safe. Thinking it's time for an upgrade? We offer estimates on new Goodman and American Standard systems. You'll get honest advice, fair pricing, and expert installation. No gimmicks, no surprises. Call 803-331-8143 or visit sweetcomfortservices.com to schedule today.
Waiting for the screen. Studios. All right, so we're back and we're going to jump right to the phones and we're going to say, hey, caller, how are you? Hello, caller.
How's it going?
It's doing great. Tell me your first name.
Will.
All right, Will,
Murph.
I know who you are. I know who you are. I had to make sure. So what say you today on this wonderful, beautiful South Carolina Monday?
I wish the weather would stay exactly like this because I like it. It's not hot. It's not cold.
Well, that
Doesn't
makes a
that-
difference. That makes a difference. A little cooler, I would prefer. And the first hot day that we have, I go, oh, it's going to be miserable, and all I can think about is August. But last couple of years, it's not been too bad. So the complaints of my childhood are not necessarily real.
Understood. Well, let's see. Recently, the events of this weekend kind of neither here nor there. You're gonna have to wait and see. It's a fact of the matter is that Kevin did submit what's the word? He gave you a brief synopsis of it. It's like this: as Tim and the rest of them dislike how the Orange Man does things, and I'm not always on board with how he does them, but I do understand one thing, and they forget this. If you make a threat, just like if as a parent, if you spank your kid, if you do this, and I tell you not to do it, or I'm gonna take this if you don't do what I tell you. The same thing with another country. If I tell you this is what I want and this is what you're going to do, and you don't do it, and I don't hold on to that promise, then everything I say becomes nothing. And that's pretty much how our word has been.
Right, it's a
until
credibility
recently.
thing. Oh, you never follow
have-
through. You never follow through. You never do anything. Y'all are just a paper tiger. Y'all are just fat, dumb, and happy in your own stuff. Y'all are too busy stuffing your face with cheeseburgers and wearing cowboy hats and driving trucks. Y'all don't know anything. Y'all don't matter.
Correct. So you got to look at it. You got to look at it from that end.
Mm-hmm.
As far as human life loss, I get it, but I'm sorry. It's going to happen. Unless everybody in the world can kumbaya together at one time, it's going to happen. In order to stop somebody from doing it, somebody's going to have to take a life. You can get over it because I'm sorry.
And moving big things, moving fast things, moving things that go boom around the world. We have people that die in training exercises. It's everything about this is a dangerous business.
Dangerous job.
But that doesn't ameliorate or give families any consolation, especially if the mission is unclear. But
unclear or unsuccessful.
Well, both. But if the American president, if the chief executive comes out and said, we're doing this because of this, we're going to get this goal, we're going to get this goal, we're going to get this goal. And as soon as we've established that, we're out of there. We're back home. American people will go for that.
Which is essentially what he's done. People don't like what he said his goals were because he said what his goals were. People don't like it, but he has. That's one thing he hasn't changed about that country. And for Tim going, well, get the people to take their own reins.
Right.
But when you get tired, because like most people have said, that area has been underwater, turn it into a piece of glass and start all over from scratch. Because right now, what you got is one side hitting the proper targets, military targets, enemies that they target, and you got the other side that's flailing and just will hit a building. But that was a beautiful video there, building. But last I knew, it's not in the comic books where it had turrets sticking out of it to shoot down anything. It's a straight up civilian at target. Um, we get these blinders on, and I had a gentleman say it today. He goes, "Perception is reality," and it's the truth.
You're right.
Perception is reality. Some people do. Some people, like David said, he was emotional on Friday. Listen, you can't have it both ways. If you're gonna prove your point, you got to take your emotions and put them off to the side. Then when you're done, put your emotions back.
But you can't be ruled by your can't be ruled by your emotions, ruled by your feelings. And I'll tell you, feelings lie. And one of the hardest things to do as a married guy, is a guy with a pretty big family, is to take a situation and pull yourself way out of the situation so that you can look down from above and say, gosh, if this was somebody else and this happened and then this happened and then this happened, what would I do to fix the problem? But that emotional connection with your wife, with your husband, with your kids, your feelings get involved, and then you make garbage decisions. But yeah, these are the people that call and said, "Hey, look, I was emotional, and I might have said some stuff that was not in my true nature, and you know that, and we know all these people, so we're a big family. We can make it."
Yeah, I look at it like that because I'm not gonna lie. I can be emotional, but my emotional normally is kind of homicidal. So most of the times when I make it, I believe
Let's keep you less emotional and more rational.
I try to stay rational, but I tell people just like this. There comes a point where you go, stop. My son, to this day, we play and we joke and we wrestle and everything like that. But he knows there's a point where I go, stop. And I've told people like this before. You either do what I ask, do what I desire. If you keep messing with me, I'm going to do something you don't like. And once I've made that decision, there's no emotion.
Well,
It's generally I've decided that this is the answer.
Well, that's a reasonable way to conduct your business, and I appreciate the call. I really do.
No problem. You have a wonderful day.
All right, thanks so much, Will. And we almost have enough time for another. How about this? We will let's see here if I can get out of this. Oh, well, here's the music. We'll be back. We got handful of people online. We're answering them as they come in. Probably going to be very exciting in the next hour. If you don't know who I am, I have a program here on Sundays from 6 until 8 p.m. And oh my goodness, one person drops off and we get another. Be back in a moment.
Kevin Cohen. The Fox Business Report is brought to you on 100.7 The Point by Mid Carolina Credit Union.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report. The major averages pairing from earlier bigger losses and kicking off new trading month mixed as investors assess the fallout from U.S. and Israeli attacks on Iran. Oil prices jump with worries that the conflict in the Middle East will clog the global flow of crude. Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil, topped $80 a barrel, but moderated gains and is hovering around $77. ExxonMobil, Chevron, and other oil stocks rose as the price of crude oil surges. Defense stocks gain with Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman leading the charge. The magnificent big cap tech stocks were mostly higher. Tech, industrials, and energy were among the S&P 500 sectors that gained. The Dow winners, Caterpillar, Goldman Sachs, and Nvidia. The Dow decliners, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, and McDonald's. The Dow falling 73 points, the Nasdaq up 81, S&P 500 up 3. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, with the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
Here's something big banks don't advertise. They don't work for you.
At Mid Carolina Credit Union, we do because we are owned by our members, not shareholders. I'm Dean Scarborough. We may not be the biggest financial institution in our market. We do have the biggest heart. Come in and try us on for size. You might be surprised just how well we fit.
For a credit union that does work for you, Mid Carolina Credit Union. Bank where you belong.
Mid Carolina CU, federally insured by the NCUA, an equal housing lender, NMLS 403334.
Hey, honey, I saw that our pharmacy is closing for good. Looks like we have to switch pharmacies again.
Again? That's the second one this year. I'm tired of my prescriptions moving more than we do.
It has been tough lately with all of these big box stores closing.
Why don't we transfer everything to True Pharmacy? Susie said they're great.
The one on Beltline Boulevard?
Yep, they're local, and she said very friendly.
Finally, no more pharmacy hopping. True Pharmacy, the pharmacy that takes time to care. Come see us at our Columbia location, 623 Beltline Boulevard, or West Columbia at Triangle Pharmacy, 1239 D Avenue.
WQXL Columbia, W264DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has spoken to widening concerns the U.S.-Israeli strikes in Iran could spiral into a protracted regional conflict by declaring this is not Iraq, this is not endless.
No stupid rules of engagement, no nation-building quagmire, no democracy-building exercise, no politically correct wars. We fight to win, and we don't waste time or lives.
Hegseth says the operation is meant to eliminate the threat of Iranian ballistic missiles, destroy the country's navy, and ensure no nukes. The U.S. military says Kuwait mistakenly shot down 3 American F-15E Strike Eagles during a combat mission as Iran attacked the country.
The United States military says that Kuwait has accidentally shot down 3 American fighter jets in that tiny country as they were engaged against Iran in open air-to-air combat. This shows just how chaotic the wider situation has gotten in the Middle East just days after the American-Israeli campaign against Iran started. Now, this attack in Kuwait saw the Iranians actually fly fighter jets themselves into that country alongside drones and missile fire. And the Kuwaitis mistakenly thought the American fighter jets were enemy aircraft. That's according to U.S. Military Central Command that says all the pilots on board safely bailed out and are now receiving medical care.
Correspondent John Gambrell reporting. Authorities say the gunman who opened fire outside a Texas bar, killing 2 people and wounding 14 more, was not on their radar before the attack. Both the FBI and police in Austin said Monday it's too soon to identify the motive behind the mass shooting early Sunday. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 73 points, the NASDAQ rose 80. More at townhall.com.
Whether it's because of discomfort, lack of mobility, lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively for way too many hours a day. It's terrible for your health. It's time to add some extra steps to your day. Introducing Ellipse One, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases your mobility, and boosts circulation without physical impact. It's the easiest exercise you will ever do. Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work. Just plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work for you. Call now and order Ellipse One, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call 1-800-754-4130. That's 1-800-754-4130. Or visit us at ellipse-one.com. Now eligible for FSA HSA. Order today.
Times are tough for many young people in China, so much so that they're retiring early, very early.
As China's property market craters and youth unemployment rises, burned out young professionals are fleeing megacities for ultra-cheap housing in remote towns.
At the semi-abandoned Life in Venice multi-billion-dollar development, rents are as low as $168 a month. Former Shanghai finance worker Sasa Chen moved there to retire at age 28 by living off her savings. All across China, many are trading career ambition for lower costs and slower living. Rich Thomason reporting.
Several international airlines are resuming a small number of flights from the United Arab Emirates as war-driven airspace closures strand tens of thousands of travelers. News and analysis at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Keith Peters. A college football quarterback has died after being involved in a motor vehicle crash. Correspondent Gethin Coolbaugh reports.
Colorado quarterback Dominic Ponder has died in a single-car crash. He was 23. The Colorado State Patrol says Ponder was driving a 2023 Tesla when he lost control on a curb and hit a guardrail. The car struck an electrical line pole and rolled down an embankment. Ponder was pronounced dead at the scene in Boulder County. The Colorado State Patrol says a preliminary investigation, quote, shows that speed is suspected as a factor, end quote. Colorado coach Deion Sanders says Ponder was one of his favorites and was loved and respected. I'm Gethin Cool.
Burger King is testing AI-powered headsets that recite recipes and alert managers when inventories are low. More on these stories at townhall.com.
All right, Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen on the afternoon drive on an Open Lines Monday edition of the afternoon drive. 803-799-8255. Groucho's Deli in studio hotline.
Point A to point B traffic now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
Good afternoon. Collisions out at South Lake at 2 Notch still, and also Old Barnwell at Garden Pond, 321 at Fish Hatchery, and Garner's Ferry at Greenlawn with a wreck. An accident out at 2 Notch at South Lake, also slowing things. The Hollow with the Fourth Table Restaurant offering fresh game and wild vegetables, bison, elk, duck, boar, rabbit, and wild codfish. Take a walk on the wild side. The Hollow on Chevalier de Vista. The Hollow, SC.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point Weather, brought to you by our friends at Palmetto State Armory.
On 107 The Point.
Here's your Monday evening forecast. Tonight, the clouds remain, but we stay dry, a low of 47. Tuesday morning, we'll continue to see clouds, but your highs will increase upper 70s. For the rest of the week, we'll see higher temperatures with the highs in the low 80s, but that also comes with an increasing chance of rain. I'm Cal Moss with your Og Point local weather.
The Bar Fireside Studios, Kevin Cohen.
All right, and in fairness, Gene Garris filling in for Kevin, and we're going to jump. No, we're just going to press a button. We're going to go right to the phones and say, hey, caller, how are you?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on there, Super Ed?
Yeah, let me read a quote to you.
All right,
okay?
read a quote. Read a quote.
Okay. To anyone still gullible enough to fall for scummy media hoaxes, Trump said warmongering neocons love sending your kids to die for wars they would never fight themselves. Liz Cheney is first among them. Now
100x 100x Lizard Cheney would gladly send my kids and your kids and everybody's kids would gladly send them to die for some foreign machination and would be happy about it.
Okay. So what's the difference?
Well, I hope. Wait. So we're building a consensus here on the program today, and our
fight themselves.
Well, how about this? So our friend Tim has agreed, has given Orange Man Rad 7.5 weeks. So if this proceeds past 7.5 weeks, it might be a forever war. But we're going to give him 7.5 weeks. Ed, can you give the country 7.5 weeks to wrap this up?
By the way, that statement was made by Stephen Miller, and absolutely not. I won't give him 7 weeks.
You won't
Shouldn't
give
have
him
done it
7.5 weeks to fix
No.
another country? Okay. I mean, that's a.
No,
So
the
would you
country.
would you give him
What
4
do you
weeks? Would you
want
give him
fixed?
4 weeks?
What do you want fixed?
Well, I would like them to have some sort of stability and them to have a functioning water and sewer system and an electrical power for
So
95%
that's
of their
what the
folks.
war is about?
No. Remember, they
Functioning
our
electrical system and
our
sewer.
Ayatollah friend, the dirt nap one, had tried to assassinate our president. I'm cool taking out somebody's bad leader if they try to kill the American president. Now, if George W. Bush had been honest, Gulf War II, he would have said, they tried to kill my daddy. And I would be for knocking out a leadership team of a country if they tried to kill my daddy. So if I think that's a reasonable thing.
When did they try to kill Trump?
Oh well, that's the Ayatollah issued a fatwa that any Islamic person under his purview should try to kill the American president. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You try to kill our guys, we're going to actually kill you back.
When was this attempt made? That's what I'm
I hate to do this, Ed. Ed, I
I
really hate to do this to you. And if I had a Mr. Producer as our friend, well, I'm not going to say he's our friend Mark might say, you'll have to use the Google box. I just don't have that in front of me. You'll have to use the Google box. But yeah, so that was reported, and
No, they said supposedly it was reported that he was going to kill several members of his administration, including Mike Pompeo.
Okay.
And Trump yanked the security details from those people.
Well, did Pompeo betray the American people? Did Pompeo betray the American people?
How did he betray the American people?
I think-
Remember, he worked for Trump.
Right. That's what makes it worse. Just like our Bill Barr, bottom of the barrel type person. Hold on, I will. Oh gosh, I said it all along. Bill Barr's guy is the one that brought Jeffrey Epstein into academia. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Bill Barr's dad was a principal leader of an elite school, and somehow Jeffrey Epstein, who I don't think had a university degree, ended up teaching there, and then that got him into circles of power with the parents of his students, and then that involved into getting a job at Bear Stearns, and then that involved into a whole series of other horrible things. And our
another Epstein Trump administration connected.
Yeah, well, there are lots of them, and Howard Lutnick. I can't figure out truthfully, like Ed. If I said to you, "Oh, I met this guy. He's really creepy. He creeped me out. My wife and he was a next door neighbor. I went over to his house. Creeped me over. I never went and saw him again." And he goes, "Well, I did go to his pedophile island and spend some time there. There are photographs of it." I can't see how I don't see how Lutnick survives. I mean, I would cut him loose for that. If you can't trust him on that, you can't trust him on anything. But as a functionary of doing the job, he's probably pretty good at doing the job. But I would never be able to have any faith or credit or anything in anything he said just because of that.
You know what was so good about that clip where he talked about how gross Epstein was? That was how good.
That was him. I mean, how about this?
Video.
All right, so so Ed, I think Ed, you're a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
If somebody said something that convincing to you, you would take them at face value because it was so good and powerful what he said. And then when you find out the complete opposite is true, you're like, he's just got to go. He's just got to go. I know there's lots of wizards of smart that would be better in commerce and stuff than he is, and I hope the leadership team in the White House has already found his replacement.
He's not gonna lose his job, Gene. You know why?
No, because he's going to get prostate cancer and he's going to take time for his family. That's what's going to happen. He's going to have some health emergency and he's going to take time off for his presidency and for his family, and he won't be able to do it.
No, he's not, because he has a lot of qualifications for his job.
What is that?
Loyal to Trump.
Well, I don't know.
That is the one thing Trump looks for in his administration.
Well, it's sort of a big deal. Well,
no matter how bad, if they're loyal to Trump, he keeps them on.
Well, here's the caveat. Wait, stop. Here's the caveat to that. The greatest disloyalty to Orange Man Rad, to the chief executive of the country, is to lie on television in a way that embarrasses the chief executive. So I think he is out on that one. And I've got to. This is big stuff. This is not pretend stuff. This is real.
Do you hear yourself, Jim?
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. More people should do that. More people should do it. The betrayal is that he lied on television about something that is inexcusable. That is the betrayal.
Okay, I'll make a bet with you. He stays on.
For the full term?
Until he does something
worse? What could be worse than that?
No.
He could confess his love for Melania. Maybe that would be worse in Trump's eyes, but that's about it.
Yeah, that would be a betrayal against Trump. But as long as she doesn't do anything to show disloyalty to Trump, he's going to stay on. I'll make the bet with you on that.
What? But there's got to be terms to a bet. There's got to be some sort of consideration. What do you want the consideration to be?
I don't know.
We'll find a point sponsor, a high quality point food sponsor, and we'll meet for lunch. And if you're right, you pay. If you're right, I'll pay. If I'm right, you pay. How about that?
Okay.
All right. That's one. And no matter what, I get a meal. All right. Thanks so much, Ed. And we're going to take a quick break. Be right back. And callers, I got you. We're coming to you. We'll get it. We'll make it all happen. 803-799-8255, 799 Talk on the Groucho's Deli in studio hotline.
Join us Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for the Pastor's Pulpit with Steve Williamson.
People say out of the side of their mouth, "Oh, I believe in God." And then you tell them what God's word says about what they're doing.
9 a.m. Sunday morning for the Pastor's Pulpit.
Hey, I'm Katie. And I'm Stephanie from Oakleaf Village of Lexington. Every Tuesday from 8:30 to 9, we'll be talking about issues that concern seniors and their families. So join us right here on 100.7 The Point Radio for the positive points on aging. Brought to you by Oakleaf Village of Lexington.
Point A to point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Search Broker Solar.
Hello again, Rex at South Lake at 2 Notch, Old Barmel at Garden Ponds, and 321 at Fish Hatchery. Garner's Ferry at Greenlawn with the collision still busy outbound. Nebraska's Pizza, Wings, Subs, and more. Since 1966, Nebraska's Fort Jackson Boulevard. Doug Thomas on the point.
Wait, be graphic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons, on the point.
Don't wait until it's time to have your family by the fire to realize you're unprepared. At Bart Fireside, we're pleased to offer our customers a wide variety of high-quality fireplaces, ranging from vent-free gas and electric to high-efficiency hybrid wood burning. Whatever your style and fuel preference is, we're confident you'll find a fireplace that's just right for you. Serving the Midlands since 1979, let the professionals at Bart Fireside take care of it. Give us a call at 803-772-7364.
Experience matters, especially when it comes to protecting what's important. I'm David Jolly of the Higgins and Halloran Insurance Group. With more than a decade of handling insurance claims, I know the policy details inside and out. It's not just about paperwork. It's about real situations, real solutions. When life takes an unexpected turn, understanding can make all the difference. Connect with me and use my experience to your advantage. When you think about insurance, I ask that you think of me, David Jolly, with the Higgins and Halloran Insurance Group. 803-850-0054.
At Team One Sudduth Automotive on Millwood Avenue, we make caring for your car effortless, day or night. Enjoy our easy drop-off even after business hours. From oil changes to full engine overhauls, our certified technicians handle it all the right way with a 2-year, 24,000-mile nationwide warranty. Plus, it's easy to book an appointment. Go online right now, team1automotive.com. You can pick the time that fits your schedule best. Team One Sudduth Automotive, where reliable, transparent service meets your convenience.
Big banks want you to feel like a number. Mid-Carolina Credit Union wants you to feel like a neighbor.
I'm Dean Scarborough. At Mid-Carolina, we're a member-owned, not-for-profit credit union serving our community. Our goal is simple, to provide financial peace of mind in every transaction, right here at home with competitive rates, fewer unnecessary fees, and real people who answer the phone. If you're ready for banking that feels personal again, let's talk. Mid-Carolina Credit Union, where local still matters.
Mid-Carolina CU, federally insured by the NCUA, an equal housing lender, NMLS 403334.
Columbia's local talk radio experience continues now from the Bart Fireside Studios.
All right, I'm Gene Garris filling in for Kevin Cohen, and we're going right to the phones. We are loaded up, and we're going to say, hey, caller, how are you?
Hey, Dr. Gene, happy Sunday +1.
Hey, what's going on there, David, Profesor de los Ciencias?
Well, first thing, I noticed the first two callers, the two hook crosses called in, and I'll go ahead and remind David. He tried to make it sound, because you didn't hear it, Gene. I did hear it Friday.
Uh-huh.
And he did actually make it personal about Kev, to the point of saying that Kevin was not Semitic. So no, David, you did not. You did make it personal, and there's no, I mean, you owe Kevin the biggest apology that you could have possibly dream up, because it was horrible what he did on Friday. Just no call for that. So I was disgusted to hear that. I was shocked and disgusted. When we talk about Tim talking about service people killed, maybe we'll just do the Hillary Clinton.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make?
Or we'll do a Joe Biden and 13 people that were killed out of stupidity.
Yeah, let me look at my watch. Let me look at my watch, David.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't look at his watch? Well, let me review the C-SPAN footage of him looking at his watch.
Yeah, so no, spare me. You know, they when it's Obama dropping bombs in other countries and sovereign countries.
Again, killing, murdering American citizens. Remember the kid in Yemen. Extrajudicial murder of Americans. I would like some due process, please, David. I would like a conviction. I would like him to be returned to the United States, where he could be put to the bench and have representation. We need due process before we can murder an American.
Well, Dean, in his words, he wants to be maybe, he's not advocating for it, but when his name gets brought up as far as being in charge, he said he would be happy being a bridge to the next leadership in Iran and bring this country where it should be and everything. But he was like thanking Trump. People who fled this country thank Donald Trump for this. This is not. I remind him. It's now March 2nd. We still don't have boots on the ground in Venezuela. He said that was going to happen. We still don't have another forever war in Venezuela. So I'll keep reminding him of that failed prediction on his part. So when you ask people, Gene, about 6 weeks, 3 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it may be, there's nobody with any kind of rational sense could say the current leadership in Iran is good. They have sponsored terrorism around the world. It's like they play innocent, like, well, we didn't do that. We paid someone to do it, but we didn't do it.
Yeah.
But they actually have done it themselves. And even while he was serving, still doing it.
Right.
They would have celebrated him being killed.
They parade his body through the streets, hang his body from a bridge like the in Mogadishu. Yeah, these people are horrible folks.
And absence of being American military, just go to Iran under the previous leadership and see how it works out for you. It's amazing, Gene, watching these people defend the regime. Like we've always said, it's not the people of Iran. It's the regime.
Some of these women some of these women that wore eyeliner got acid thrown in their face.
You know what I hope out of this whole thing, Gene, is I hope we get in there, in and out quick. It's not war. Like I'll say to them that last night is war in the room with us right now. They keep saying we're in a war.
That's right.
Here with us right
well,
now?
well, how about this? The president doesn't have power to declare war. Until we get a congressional declaration, it's not a war, right? Those dims the rules.
If we go in and do Trump wants to do, get in, get out, get it to a decent regime and everything. What I want to see, and I'll go back to Dr. Sheen, October of 2024. Preserve all documents.
Right.
I heard the people are there right now. Everything's preserved. So then we can see the truth and see what all they had planned, how their tentacles were intertwined and everything, and see the truth behind what was going on there. But even if that, Gene, even if that gets brought to light, you're going to have the people like earlier that are going to close their eyes, close their ears. No. Iran's good. You should just understand them. They're not the bad people. It's Israel, because we hate Jews, so we're going to say it's Israel.
And so it's us.
I do hope that we find the truth. And Gene, the people that are in charge there, the people like the underlings, even though they're bad people, I really suspect, just like when you have a bully in charge of a gang, when the head gets taken out, you've got to think some of these people were just going along because, hey, if I don't, I'm going to be next. I'm going to be killed. So when the head of the snake is gone, I hope these people say, look, hey, it was either that or get killed, so I went along with it, and I'm sorry I did what I did, but here, let me give you all the information I have.
Yeah, this is what I know. These are the people that committed the murder on behalf of the state. These are the people that defiled this. These are the people that destroyed the historical documents. These are the people that did all this horrible stuff.
Well, I want, and I can't believe there's anyone that would say differently, but I want a free Iran. I want a Iran of pre-1979. I want Iran to be a peaceful country, one that we can get along with, and not sponsor terrorism all around the world. Because I tell you this, when they're done, all that's going to straighten up. I swear it will. And right now, China, they were getting their oil cheap from Iran.
Yeah, that's that's the strategic reason why we should be there, is so that we can starve China a little bit.
Exactly. So, great show, Dean. Good talking to you now. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh, well, great. Thanks so much, David. And we're going to jump here to another great caller. We're going to say, hey, caller, how are you?
Dr. Dean.
Van the man with the van man, our NC friend, our NC.
Man, it's like it's good to hear David's side of his voice, man. You're going to cut me off, though, because the bottom of the hour.
No,
right?
I'm going to carry you over. That's what I'm going to do. Oh. I'm going to carry you over. If you can call from North Carolina.
About politics, man.
Okay.
I want to talk about peace.
Okay.
Peace, man.
All right. I'm all about peace.
Oh, yeah, man.
I follow the Prince of Peace.
Man, I can talk to you in a few Sundays.
Yeah, I was gone to Colorado. I had a professional thing out there, and so I missed a Sunday. And then, we had the snow stuff at one point, and
Oh,
I had another event that I had to go to, and then I missed the next one, and gosh, it's crazy. It's
I'm in the process of moving. I'm going up to Cape Fear.
Oh
Myrtle
wow!
Beach.
Wow, have you seen
Yeah,
seen the Robert Mitchum Cape Fear, and have you seen the Bobby De Niro? All
So
right.
that's why I'm moving. I'm looking for no lawyers, man. No. There are a lot of says, I'm not getting dipping into politics anymore because it drives me nuts.
Well, it's a
But-
nutty. It is a nutty thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, this is whacked out, but you got to do what you got to do. And this, at the bottom line, those dinosaurs died for a reason. There's oil.
Right.
Okay.
And how about this? It's bigger than that, Van. The planet
Yeah.
makes oil.
I know.
All right. Hold on, Van. We'll be right back with you in just a few moments. We got some bottom of the hour news. We're going to find out some great stuff about some of the things for offer by our great Point family sponsors. But we'll be right back in just a moment. We are full up. As soon as Van drops off, after we get another great couple words from him, there'll be a slot available for you, and everybody gets on the air that's lined up now.
WQXL Columbia 264 DF.
From the Bart Fireside Studio, the solution for keeping you warm this winter.
This is 107 The Point.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The war in the Middle East spiraled further as Israel and the U.S. pounded Iran. President Trump says the campaign would likely take several weeks. Tehran and its allies hit back Monday against Israel, neighboring Gulf states, and targets critical to the world's energy production. The gunman who opened fire outside a crowded Texas bar and killed 2 college students in an attack that wounded 14 others had not been on the radar of authorities, federal and local investigators said Monday. The FBI and police in Austin said it's too soon to identify the motive behind the mass shooting early Sunday that the FBI said is being investigated as a potential act of terrorism. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 73 points. This is SRN News.
Are you tired of that sinking feeling when the electric bill arrives? Does the phrase peak hours trigger anxiety and a headache? Do you suffer from chronic fatigue of watching your hard-earned money evaporate right into the power grid? You may be suffering from utility pain and anxiety disorder, or UPAD. Symptoms include sweating when running the AC, a fear of turning on lights, and a general feeling of powerlessness over your energy costs.
It's time for you to try Solaris from Ken at Broker Solar. Broker Solar isn't a temporary fix, but a lasting solution with cutting-edge solar technology designed to address high energy bills at their source. Many clients have experienced immediate relief from high monthly payments with reports of increased home value and greater financial freedom. Imagine a brighter future for your home and your wallet. Side effects include the freedom to use your appliances when you want and a powerful sense of energy independence. Broker Solar. A brighter outlook for your home and wallet. Call us now, 803-807-7417. That's 807-7417 or online at brokersolar.com.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest, solar. Online at brokersolar.com.
Rex tying things up out at Garner's Ferry at Greenlawn, and also an accident at Pine Ridge at Pond Road, US 1 at Cedar Crest Still, Platte Springs Road at Dreer Road, and Old Barnwell at Garden Pond Road out. Javis Tax Service, 7171 Two Notch Road, is your affordable tax professional, serving the Midlands since 1998. Refer a friend that you both get $25 off. Schedule in person at javistax.com. Doug Thomas on the point.
On Point Weather, brought to you by our friends at Palmetto State Armory.
On 107 The Point.
Here's your Monday evening forecast. Tonight, the clouds remain, but we stay dry, a low of 47. Tuesday morning, we'll continue to see clouds, but your highs will increase to the upper 70s. For the rest of the week, we'll see higher temperatures with the highs in the low 80s, but that also comes with an increasing chance of rain. I'm Cal Moss with your On Point local weather.
All right, we're back, and I think we have, yes, we do. We have our friend Van the Man. The Van Man is spreading the wisdom from Cape Fear. Wow, that's exciting too.
No, I'm not up there yet,
Yet,
man.
it's going to happen.
No, I moved half my stuff up there, but I'm leaving the rest of it behind, man, because I'm a renter.
Okay.
Okay, they could have the furniture and the books, but look, man, no, I don't want to talk about politics, but no, everybody's got to chill out. It'll be all right because nobody's gonna mess with us, the U.S. and Israel, man. You can't do it. So people got to calm down. Everything'll be all right. And I don't know what else to say. But Dr. Gene, I just missed talking to you, man, because
well, how about
we went
this?
through the butthead. We went through the butthead Biden years.
Yeah, that's right. We did go through the
Remember? I
butthead
told you every
Biden
Sunday,
years.
man.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, man, dealing with butthead Biden, and we did it.
Here's the deal with Casey Whitener. If you have ever, and I have done this, if you have ever had to pinch your nose to cast a ballot for somebody in South Carolina, Casey smells amazing. So you won't have to do that. So if you
Yeah,
have the chance
okay,
to
yeah,
vote for her, you'll do it.
You're libertarian.
Right.
I agree with a lot of that, except a few things. But hey, man, yeah, because
Hey, how about this? A libertarian never tried to pick my pocket. Thanks so much. And don't remember, just because you're out of the area doesn't mean you're away from the signal. So
Yeah,
we want you to participate every opportunity.
Yeah, Mr. Cohen sent me some link, but my son got to do it because I'm stupid about these phones. But I love you, Dr. Green.
All right,
God bless you,
thank
man.
you so much,
Bye.
Van. And we're going to go ahead and jump and say, hey, caller, how are you?
Good, Gene. How are you?
Better because you're on the line.
This is Charlie.
Oh, thank you, Charlie, for filling me in.
Yeah. Basically, he didn't mean it. But I'll tell you what he said, and it was really, really. He basically attacked Kevin personally by saying that Kevin and his kind are the reason for the Holocaust.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
And,
well, how about this?
anybody-
How about this, Charlie? I'm very happy I did not have to hear it first round.
And just as another thing, and Ed got into it with Kevin and hung up on him.
What? Well, it's supposed to work the other way. You don't hang up on Kevin. Kevin hangs up on you. And it takes a lot to get there. I don't think I've ever had it happen.
Kevin even said, "Oh, please, people, I did not hang on. I don't believe Kevin would hang up on somebody."
Wow.
But I'll tell you what David did, what he did do was showed his true colors. That's what came out.
Yeah, that's
what came out, his true colors. And I'm sorry, there's no.
Well, he's somebody I've met in person, so I feel gutted about it. And hey, look, if you get in a nasty fight with Kevin Cohen, I'll give you a hint. Yeah. You're the wrong one. You're the wrong one.
Oh, I agree. And this whole thing, with what's going on over there in the Middle East, hey, this has been a long time coming. And you know what, Gene, I am a veteran, and I've been in conflicts early in the 80s. And I'll tell you what, I can't imagine. I would love to know what their MOSs were when they were in the military, because I can't imagine anybody in the military not wholeheartedly. They're brothers in arms. I just can't even fathom how anybody could be that way.
Well, how about this? We know absolutely that TDS is a mental disease, And our friend Michael Allen Weiner, PhD, also known as Michael Savage, has told us that liberalism is a mental disorder, and I think those are both congruent things. That the people that the elections of Orange Man Rad, if you ran out in front of your house and shook your fist at the sky and screamed, you might have a mental disease.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely a mental disease, and the whole thing where with David's outburst was started because Kevin had made a comment saying that the squad, Talib and Omar, were scum of the earth, which they are for the things.
Well,
they
how about
believe
this?
in.
If you've had a relationship with your brother that is outside the traditional brother role, and you have defrauded the American people by saying your brother is your husband in order to get him into the United States on a faster pathway, yeah, you might be well, in the most kindest way possible, an unserious person.
Yeah. Well, it's the other comment that I think it was what Ed made about that he thinks that the Iranians shot down those jets.
Yeah,
I mean, where do they get
from
this
his
from?
secret knowledge of Middle Eastern air traffic control and missile launches, I guess. I mean, it has to be that.
Yeah, it's his secret feed that he gets straight to his house.
Yeah, from the Frosted
does
Flakes.
that.
They pop in a way that he's able to decode the truth. The aliens are
Yeah.
sending him special messages.
You know, he was insinuating that it would be just too embarrassing to say that Iranian jets shot down American jets. That's what the whole point of his what he was saying. You know, that I don't believe it. You know,
Don't believe it, but don't postulate a lie.
But you know, I lived overseas as a child, and I knew many people that went to school in Tehran. Now this is in the early '70s. Okay, I'm a little bit older than you.
You mean the mini skirt 70s?
Yes, yes, those days, bell bottoms, button front, yeah, the whole thing. And let me tell you, it was a thriving westernized nation at that time.
Right, they're before and
then-
after pictures, and it looks like the before and after of Cuba after the communists took control.
Ball game. I don't know.
Well, that's the next ball game. That's the next
It
one.
is the next ball game. But I don't think that's going to require anything other than what we're doing now, and that's basically strangling them by not allowing any oil,
Any Iranian oil,
any Iranian oil,
any Venezuelan oil.
And the other, you know, it was a twofer as far as what you were saying about, you know, that China was getting this oil from Iran heavily discounted, real discounted.
Right.
And they weren't the only ones. Russia was too.
Yeah.
So he got a twofer on that one by shutting that all down.
Right. And if you think strategically, this is the work of a wizard of smart. We're actually doing things that are in the national interest of the United States of America. We're actually doing what we're supposed to do. Maybe the first time in my lifetime.
With the nuclear program that they had there, I mean, even Trump had mentioned it when he was in Corpus Christi that, you know, they wanted to be able to enrich their uranium isotope 235 to 20 to 30%. It only takes up to 5% for nuclear power.
Right.
You don't need that. And if they had, with these missile program that they had, they may not have been able to make a catastrophic atomic bomb out of it, but they could have thrown dirty bombs all over the Middle East, and you know where most of them were going to be targeted for.
Well, yeah, they've already demonstrated they could hit Cyprus. They've already demonstrated they could hit not Doha. What's the fancy Burj
Qatar?
Khalifa, Qatar, all that. They've already demonstrated that they have that level of sophistication. How about we fix the problem and encourage a modern, political, secular state that has no need for nuclear weapons because they have a friend called the President of the United States?
Anybody who is defending these Islamists and the Ayatollah Khomeini or whatever his
The
name
next
was.
one. The next one, I tell you what, if they said, Gene Garris, you're going to be the new, no, you don't. You don't put my picture on the television. No. You're not going to saddle me with that.
You could be a Kino, a Kino, be a Khomeini.
And name only. But yeah, let's go ahead and turn back the clock. Let's get a modern nation state in Iran. Let's bring them back into the Brotherhood of Nations. Let's celebrate that we are not going to have a terror state that sponsors the breadth and depth of most of the terrorism in the world. Let's do all those things. Let's make Iran a country that I want to visit.
Yep. Well, I wrote a paper when I was in school called "Butter or Bullets."
Yeah.
And they chose bullets.
Right. So let's go ahead and let's make a Western friendly nation state. Gosh, Southern California is flooded with Iranian refugees from the 70s, and they're all millionaires 30 times over. All their women are stunningly beautiful. All the women in Iran that you've seen on television with the Freedom Express, stunningly beautiful, highly intelligent, tons and tons and tons of great medical doctors and scientists and things. We just need to say, hey, we're not in the warfare business anymore. You're going to be a great state.
And all of these youth that are out there protesting, they don't even remember. They don't even know anything about the hostages, the American hostages.
Out of Iran. I told this story on my Sunday program, but I'm going to tell it really quick for you, Charlie, and then we're going to go to a break. But I can still remember the Reagan inaugural. President Reagan had been inaugurated, the Cattleman's Ball, all these big things were going on. And Peter Jennings broke in. I was watching it. Peter Jennings broke in and he said, the Iranian hostages have just left Iranian airspace and they're on their way to Ramstein, Germany, and they'll be in the United States soon.
Yeah. You've seen the movie Argo, right?
I have not.
You haven't seen that?
Not. But I'll put it on the list.
And it was genius. It was dangerous.
Well, how about this? My dad's best living friend was, at the time of my dad's death, was former liaison between the State Department and the FBI. And every American embassy stocked Molson because of the good work our Canadian friends did to shield Americans from the Islamists.
I know. You want to talk about that? The American embassy that I knew a lot about, it was the American embassy in New Delhi, India.
No, okay.
And they stocked Heineken, Miller Lite, and what was it? What was the name? It was one of the biggest selling beers worldwide, and they
Stella Artois.
No. This is way before that. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of it. It just left my head. But anyway, it was made in the Philippines.
Oh my goodness. Well, Charlie, I got to run and I got two more people I got to get on. Thank you so much for playing our games today, and hope I'll be here tomorrow and also on Wednesday.
The Afternoon Drive with Kevin Cohen.
This is Fran Halloran.
Tune into my show, The Intentional Living Power Hour, on Thursday mornings from 9 to 10 for simple and practical financial coaching on The Point, 100.7 FM, 1470 AM, Columbia's local talk radio experience.
Hi, this is Chris Neely, Superintendent of the South Carolina Public Charter School District. I hope you'll join Kevin and me each Tuesday afternoon. We'll bring you Kids First, where we talk about educational issues and what we're doing to teach kids the right way. It's Kids First, Tuesday at 5:30, right here on 100.7 The Point.
Point A to Point B traffic. Now from Broker Solar. Local, honest solar. Search Broker Solar.
77 southbound around Garners Ferry Road, slow. Got to back at Garners Ferry Green Lawn now. And also Pine Ridge at Pond Road. A collision at US 1 at Cedar Crest and Flat Springs at Dreer. Also Old Barnwell at Garden Pond. A collision slowing things. It's Davis Tax Service, 7171 Two Notch Road. They are your affordable tax professional. Serving the Midlands since 1998. Refer a friend and you both get $25 off. Schedule in person or javistax.com. Doug Thomas on The Point.
Point A to Point B traffic. 4 times an hour, mornings and afternoons on The Point.
When you think of family, you think of hugs and lots of love. That's what your loved one will find when they move to Oakley Village for assisted living or memory care. You can rest assured your family members will participate in engaging activities, have exceptional care, and all their needs met. You gain peace of mind that comes from family taking care of family. Call Oakley Village today at 803-969-8168 and see how you too can join a community that feels like family. Or you can reach us online at oakleyvillagelexington.com.
Hi, I'm Alicia Kaufman Quinton. My daddy, Billy Kaufman, opened Kaufman's Meat Plant at our present location in 1955. My family still works hard every day to ensure fresh quality cuts of beef, pork, and poultry. How about a tasty T-bone, ribeye, or New York strip steak? But to order at Kaufman's Meat Place, just look for the signs near the intersection of US 1 and I-20 in Lexington. Call us at 356-0076 to place your order. Kaufman's Meat Place, when you want the very best your money can buy.
Hey, all, this is Ted from Flight Deck Restaurant. We'd like to invite you and your family to dine with us. We have a great menu that's sure to please your whole family. We have fresh cooked burgers, big juicy wings, blue plate menu featuring country cooking, oven-baked hoagies, fresh crisp salads, authentic Greek food like gyros, souvlaki, and baklava. We also carry 20 different premium cheesecakes and pies. Flight Deck Restaurant also has an arcade with 30 different games like Star Wars, Batman, Skee Ball, Bass Wheel, Pac-Man, Galaga, and so much more. Flight Deck, your favorite family restaurant. Thanks, y'all, and God bless.
Hey, it's Drew from ChimSpector. My job is to make sure your fireplace is working properly. At ChimSpector, we do annual inspections to ensure your home and family safety. We also inspect and clean dryer vents inside your home. Are your clothes taking more than a cycle to dry? If so, it's time to get your dryer vent cleaned and inspected. This can save you big dollars on your power bill and increase the performance of your dryer. Let the ChimSpector team take a look online at chimspector.com or give a call at 803-859-5858. That's 803-859-5858.
So we're going to go ahead and get our next person. Hey, caller, how are you?
Good afternoon, Gene.
What's going on there, Andy?
No, not a thing. You know, White Wedding, I happened to do the sound and lights for Billy Idol when he was here. Years ago.
Billy Idol is an American. He got naturalized. Billy Idol is an American. The platinum blonde Brit guy realized he'd rather pay our taxes than theirs, I guess. But he fell in love with America, and I think we're lucky to have it.
Well, this was like 40 something odd years ago. He was a freak.
Yeah, really?
But I'll tell you who the biggest freak was when I did at Township, when I worked at Township. Wayne Newton.
Really?
God, that band. Oh, God. And you should have seen the prop they used to set up light for him. It was like a stuffed doll that had a member of your body that like reached all the way down to the ground.
So Richard was in the house. That's strange, because he was he's been in show business since he was like 13 or something.
Yeah, he was kind of it was kind of key backstage with him there.
Oh, that's that is so. Do we have a story a week that we could talk about every show?
Well, I actually did work, a township and did light and sound for Broadway plays that were there and concerts that were there from like the late 70s through the mid 80s. So I have a few stories.
Well, I got to see George Carlin there when I was in high school, and I did not realize what a big thing it was that I got to see him alive. But it was that looking back on it, it was one of the great things that I did.
Well, let me ask you this question, Gene, on present day stuff and not on our past. Looking back, what are we going to need to do regarding like what happened in Kuwait to make sure that our military and the military of our compatriots that we are helping defend know what they're shooting at?
Yeah, that is very alarming because I think we have transponder system that flags American, 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 friend or foe. It's just like your immune system. So I don't know how, unless it was spray and pray.
Well, then that brings up the question of, we train these people.
Yeah,
they're not.
We trained the police and military in Afghanistan too, and they lasted 16 minutes.
Yeah, but these are people we've trained, and I think that we should have. There's probably still our military there, some of them, watching what they're doing with the artillery. I don't. That just scares me. And you know what else? How many drones does Iran have? Do they have like 1 million drones or something? Because that seems like to be.
That's the future.
We're all worried about the ballistic missiles.
No, the drones are the future.
Like their drones seem to be, and this is after they sent how many drones to Russia?
Yeah.
And gave all those drones to Russia, and they still have, I'm saying millions of them that they're shooting everywhere. And, that was what was the problem with the first attack that hit the base that wounded the guys.
Mm-hmm.
It was a drone attack that came in, and they weren't able to respond to it because I think it came in so low that our system didn't pick it up. So I mean, what do we? I mean,
well, there is an answer to these things, and I don't think you and I know what the answer is, but this is the justification for the American empire. Hey, we'll give you this stuff, but Americans got to run it, and you got to pay for it. Hey, we're going to help you out with this, but Americans got to run it, and you got to pay for it. Hey, we're thinking about doing this, and we're going to make sure that you can move oil at market prices throughout the world, but you're going to have to do that. The only reason right now international trade exists is because there's this animal out there called the U.S. Navy that can stop piracy, that can protect trade routes. That's why. And so, they've called us an empire forever. And guess what? If we're already getting slammed for being an empire, we might as well get some of the benefits for being an empire.
One last thing, 'cause I know there's probably somebody behind me. We want to give them some time before we end up the day. What I did tell you last night was right regarding what was going to happen. Why? Remember, I told you that the bombing of the Khomeini's or the whatever
the complex that killed 40 people all at once. Yeah,
was all Israeli,
right?
Based.
With our Israeli friends,
that's why the U.S. joined in.
With our Israeli friends and allies, they cannot afford to make us. And I apologize to the person on hold. They can't afford to have a mistake. one thing gets through, it's catastrophic. So, and again, like my friend that's the CIA officer, all the foreign spies I encountered were Israeli because it's nip and tuck every day, 24 hours a day. They can't afford for anything to get through. Thanks so much, Andy.
He's live.
All right. Be here tomorrow.
Kevin.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic,